In this section, we shall look at typical tasks involved with the fitting of hose couplings. The first task that we shall demonstrate is the fitting of a typical hose end connector. We shall begin by trimming the end of the hose. This must be done upon a clean wooden or a rubber surface using a very sharp knife to produce a smooth, clean cut. A hacksaw is not recommended for the trimming or the slicing of gas hose, as it creates fine particles that could enter the system and create flow restrictions. This handy tool will assist in securing our end fitting. Notice that there are two dummy adapters to suit both left and right-hand threaded connector nuts. This fitting is an acetylene connector, so we will attach it to the left-hand adapter and firmly secure it with a spanner. Installation can now begin by inserting the tailpiece into the hose and applying the necessary force, which may be considerable. It is recommended that, for a secure and safe connection, fittings be assembled dry whenever possible. When absolutely necessary, it is considered permissible to use only a safe product such as leak detection fluid to assist in fitting. Never use oil, grease, or any other potentially flammable substance for lubrication purposes. A fitting is considered to be fully installed when the end of the hose has butted with the shoulder of the fitting. The installation tool can now be removed, ready for the next step, that is, the fitting and securing of a hose clamp. This type of hose clamp, due to its design, can be attached after the coupling has been fitted. Begin by removing the screw-down tensioning cap. Next, position the clamp so that when it is tensioned up, it will grip the coupling firmly within the hose. Now, bend the tailpiece around the hose and slip the end through the slot in the screw-down bracket. Tension up the clamp by hand and then bend the tailpiece back down over itself to hold it in position. Next, position the tensioning cap so that the cutaway ends of the cap fit over the hose. Fit the tensioning screw and tighten it up firmly with a correctly fitting screwdriver until the clamp grips the coupling tightly. Lastly, the excess tailpiece must be removed to avoid snagging objects or cutting the operator. Bending it back and forth by hand will snap it off neatly just beneath the tensioning cap, leaving a neat, safe, and secure coupling connection. In the next demonstration, we will fit a quick connect hose end adapter and secure the connection with an O-clip. Begin by sliding the O-clip over the hose before fitting the connector. Next, using a piece of timber or rubber matting so as not to damage the brass connector, the connector can be installed as demonstrated. Once again, we recommend that the fitting be installed dry. Continue until the hose reaches the shoulder of the connector. Next, the connection must be secured with the O-clip. You will need a pair of crimping pliers or a similar tool for the next step. With the clip positioned behind the fitting as shown, position the crimping pliers evenly along the length of the lug and firmly squeeze the pliers to crimp the lug. Repeat the process on the opposite side, and the job is completed. The fitting is now firmly and permanently secured into the hose. If it is absolutely necessary to extend or repair hoses, there are 3 acceptable methods that can be used. The first is to use either a left-hand or right-hand threaded hose coupling adapter, depending on gas type. Obviously, the hoses to be joined must be fitted with matching threaded couplings. Joining the hoses is simply a matter of threading the couplings together and tightening with correctly fitting spanners. The next method is using a quick connect hose joiner. These are color-coded to avoid confusion when fitting. They work in the same way as any other quick connect coupling. When fitting, make sure that the flow direction arrows on the label point towards the torch end. It must also be noted that these couplers, although similar in appearance, are not flashback arresters. If, after separating a joint, you intend connecting a torch to the couplers, then appropriate flashback arresters must be installed to the torch inlets. The third method of hose joining involves the use of a hose splicer. This method should only be used to effect a temporary repair.